Hi everyone, and good morning from Branson, Missouri, where today we're just going to take a drive. Go down the main drag in Branson, starting here by Branson Landing and downtown, and then working our way past all of the wacky attractions, the crazy architecture, all the things to do, and more. So Branson Landing, which we just passed by, is kind of like this area's shopping and dining area, similar akin to like a island of Pigeon Forge, a downtown Disney, a Disney Springs. There's a fountain fire show that goes off once an hour that's interesting. There's also a Smith Creek Moonshine Distillery there. There's a Bricktown Brewery and lots of places to eat. There's also a zip line that goes over the river section. This is what's known as historic downtown Branson. So you're gonna have a lot of smaller shops. And there's also gonna be some more restaurants here as well. I think the most famous thing here in historic downtown Branson is over there on the right, and that is Dick's 5 and 10, which is an old-timey 5 and 10 store where you can really kind of buy anything. It's mostly a lot of toys and souvenirs, but there's other stuff too, like greeting cards and decorations and twine and string. Right, the Smiling Buffalo premium leather quality goods. I did say I think there was a small flea market over here. On my left is a moccasin store.
We passed right when you started was a historic train.
Yeah, you can take a scenic train ride here in Branson. I think one of the more interesting stores is here on the right, the prehistoric fossil store with a dinosaur out front. The redneck bus is going the other way. That is a comedy bus tour you can take of Branson, Missouri. Now, once you get out of that historic downtown section, it does take a little bit of a drive until you get to the heart of the strip with all the larger-than-life architecture. I do enjoy Branson. You can see one of their big water towers over there on the left. Mostly, I do come to this area for Silver Dollar City, which is the main theme park. It is, in my opinion, one of the best theme parks in the country. Once you get past, like, I think like the Disney and Universals are the top tier. Once you get past that, I definitely think Silver Dollar City is right at the top of the list.
You have a bunch of water towers here.
Yep,
I feel like.
all with that similar kind of design on it too. Casey's General Store gas station on my right, which is, I believe it's really big in Nebraska and throughout parts. It's a regional thing. I know we don't have them back where we're from. I ate the pizza they sell there before a plane once, and it did not sit well. So
It was really good though.
yeah, the taste was good. I believe part of the main drag here is Highway 76. I think part of it is Main Street, where we started. There's going to be plenty of billboards all over town for everything. A lot of the billboards are for the shows. Branson has a million different shows. Over here on the right is one of these big welcome centers. This one also has a milkshake bar. Don't normally see welcome centers with a milkshake bar. Also a great photo op there with the I Heart Branson sign. Want to go and take a family photo, you can do it there. Yeah, we went to Silver Dollar City yesterday and had a really good day. I was surprised it was not very crowded. We were there on a Monday in July, and I was going expecting it to be swamped, and that was really not the case.
And that's on the other side, right?
Yeah, that's all the way at the other end of the strip. We're not going to get all the way to Silver Dollar City, but that's on the opposite end of the strip from historic downtown. There's going to be plenty of motels and hotels all along the strip. One thing, Branson has a lot of non-chain hotels. Like normally, if you're looking for your Holiday Inns, your Hiltons, and all sorts of things like that, you'll find a couple here and there, but a lot of them are going to be mom and pop kind of places. We are staying at the Spinning Wheel Inn, slightly off the strip. It was very reasonable for 4 nights in July. It was like $250, and the room's a little dated, but it's clean.
Yeah, definitely.
Free breakfast in the morning.
Decent ones too, like there's biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. We're coming this direction. We actually went somewhere else for breakfast this morning. We went to Parlor Donuts, which was really good. They're like croissant style donuts, and they were fantastic. So I definitely recommend Parlor Donuts.
You're not hitting these lights well.
No, and that's one thing. There's the main strip here in Branson does get trafficy. It's one lane going one way, one lane going the other way. As we go past the Veterans Memorial Garden, which is very, very pretty.
Now, if you took a right, you could bypass some of the strip, right?
Yeah.
Like there's some attractions there.
I would definitely say use your Google Maps, because that is going to be your friend when this area does get trafficy, which it does quite a bit. And yes, there you can see the 76 Visitor Center, and that is kind of, I believe, that the main name of this highway here. It's a sign for the Bigfoot, 2.9 miles ahead. That's at the kind of at one of the far ends of the strip. We will go back past that towards the end of the video. Over here on the right, this was, I believe, at one point in time, so a very short-lived amusement park was over here. It did not last very long. They actually have one of my favorite tweets of all time. After they went out of business, they're like, let's just address some rumors. No, we did not have meth heads working here. This was an actual tweet they sent, and one of my favorite things I've seen on that website ever. On the left is going to be the Veterans Memorial Museum. So if you are into war history, that might be somewhere you would want to stop. Or you could do something completely different and go across the street and get your picture taken with a larger-than-life donut. On the right over here is the Auto and Farm Museum. That is an attraction I have not done here in Branson. I don't think old-timey farm equipment would probably be something I'd enjoy looking at, but look at that on the outside. That's pretty neat.
It's more like plastic cars too, right?
Yeah. Big blue building on the right is Fritz's Adventure. That is a very interesting attraction, filled with all sorts of climbing structures, playground slides, tunnels. It looks really, really cool. On the left is the Hertz Donut Company, open 25 hours a day. Did get some donuts in there as well. And then down here is going to be the Celebrity Car Museum. That is fantastic. Did that the other day. Got to sit in the Shaggin' Wagon from Dumb and Dumber. There's Dolly Parton's Stampede on the right. See some of the cars are parked out front. One of them was from Ant-Man and the Wasp. And yeah, definitely recommend the Car Museum. I had a blast at that Celebrity Car Museum.
There is a lot of different shows too.
Yeah, so a million shows. Roller skating.
Probably the most, the biggest name.
Yes. Obviously, not Dolly Parton is not there.
Yeah.
Something I like that's very different. Over here on the left is the Apple Tree Mall, which is kind of like an antique mall meets a flea market. Good place to stop. Billy Bob's Dairyland, had lunch there. That's a good spot.
Cash only?
Cash only. It's very annoying. And again, we're getting past some of these theaters. There's this giant Music City Theater. There's a God and Country Theater. And a lot of these shows will have, a lot of these theaters will have different shows at different times of the day.
It's interesting. You have your mom and pop places and your chains.
Over here on the right is Grand Country, which is a big place. There's an indoor water park, indoor mini golf, indoor go-karts, an arcade. There's a theater over there as well. Lots of stuff at the Grand Country. On the left is where you could board a Branson duck boat if you want to go over the roads and then under the water.
At the Grand Country is a giant fiddle and banjo.
Yes. Not sure if they're the world's largest or not, but they're very, very large.
Very large.
You see some of their water park over here on the right. If you're going to turn over here on the left before Walmart, you get to Branson's Wild World, which is an aquarium slash zoo slash interactive animal experience. I've done that one before. When I did it, you got to go in there. You got to go in the pens for an upcharge with like the lemurs and the dingoes, and it was adorable. On the right is the Branson coaster, one of 3 mountain coasters here in town. This, I think, is probably the worst out of the 3 of them, but it is in the easiest location to get to right on the strip. All the mountain coasters will run around $17 or so. On the left is going to be Ripley's Super Fun Park with a giant outdoor maze. I normally like Ripley's attractions. It's been like 95 degrees here in Branson. There's nothing I would want to do less than go walk around an outdoor maze. Oh man, all right, coming up, might be my favorite piece of Branson crazy architecture. That is Senor Cluck's with a giant 30-foot tall dapper chicken on the outside.
We also just passed the outlets off the strip.
Yep.
Also moonshine there.
Yes. And one of 3 different locations for the tracks, a selection of family fun parks. Everyone's got a big crazy go-kart track on it. This one does have a spinning roller coaster. You could ride for the low cost of $13.50.
Better.
It was a lot of money to get that roller coaster credit. I'm gonna pass by another theater on the right. Also, there's about 30,000 old-timey photo places in town.
This is my favorite architect.
Oh, the aquarium at the boardwalk. That we did. A very good, very high-quality aquarium. Not overly large. It was $35, but it was well-themed, well-presented. And we had a really good animal day over there.
Lots of mini golf.
This is pretty cool. This Cakes and Creams 50s Diner. They have a free, like, drive-in movie theater out back that they play free movies in the evening. The upside-down White House is the Wonder Works, which is kind of like a science museum meets indoor amusement park and interactive exhibit place. Also crazy architecture.
I love the Get Basted sign, and that was a really good barbecue.
Yeah, it was pretty good barbecue. On the left's one of the more famous shows in town, the Presley's Country Jubilee. The Americana Theater is on the right. Again, we have never done a show in Branson. I really don't think it would be our thing.
Well, we go on so many cruise ships, and it kind of reminds me a lot of cruise ship.
Yeah, King Kong is at a wax museum on the left. And on the right, look how adorable this attraction is. This, I think, is pretty new. It's all like kiddie rides and playground equipment. And it is just the cutest little thing. There's mini golf there. This is the Digtown Adventure Park. There's a better shot of Kong. On the right is Beyond the Lens. That's a weird attraction. They've got a flying theater, which is a lot of fun. And then the attraction itself is like part selfie museum, part conspiracy theory museum. It's odd. And it's right next to a giant meatball and spaghetti. More theaters over on the left. Here on the right is a very high quality attraction. That is the Titanic Museum. You'll find these in a couple different tourism areas. This one is done up like the Titanic itself. And they're really, really good attractions. Now, I'm normally not a fan of like sad stuff on a vacation. Like to go there and like, oh, it is, you know, kind of somber because a lot of people did pass away, but it's presented very, very well. It's done very nice. Another one of those water towers over there. I think if you take this road to the left, there's a couple of wineries down that way.
A popular tour is Pink Jeeps.
Yep.
We've never done it,
no.
But very popular.
A newer attraction in town is going to be here on the right, something we're going to be doing later on today. It's Retromania, which just looks weird. It's part movie museum, part haunted house, part arcade, part mini golf. It's going to be a thing, I'm sure. Ripley's Believe It or Not is on the left, and on the right is the Branson wheel. Big Ferris wheel. Used to actually be at Navy Pier in Chicago. On the left is Professor Hecker's mini golf. It's a mini golf course. You get to take a train to get to the whole one. It's pretty neat. You see more of the rides and stuff at this location for the track. Also the very popular Andy's Frozen Custard over here. On the left is an attraction called Slime Tropolis, where, yeah, you can pay $30 and you can get slimed like you were on Nickelodeon. It sounds great. I'm not sure that would be worth $30.
It's different.
No. All sorts of hotels. If you got somewhere you normally stay here in Branson that you recommend, let us know in the comment section below. Or any of these shows, because there's a million shows. Like on the right, we just passed Illusionist / Shanghai Acrobats, and on the left is the Duttons. There's a giant pizza over there. All right, over here on the right is Whitewater, which is the main water park in town. I will say it's not one of the better looking water parks for a tourist town as big as Branson. It looks like it's got a lot of older slides.
I think looking at the website, there was 3 raft rides and the rest was body slides.
And raft slides being your favorite, I think we're going to pass on Whitewater. This is the third and final track location. On the left is that Bigfoot on the Strip with a big giant drop tower and slingshot ride. Right next to that is going to be a go-karts. And on the right, the world's largest toy museum. That looks lovely. And then right next to the toy museum is a dinosaur museum. And a giant church. And this is going to get us towards the end of the strip. As you can see, there is no shortage of things to do and wacky stuff to take your picture in front of here in Branson. Now, up there on the hill, that fun-looking building up there, that is the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Experience, something along those lines. And if you want to go and hang out with a whole bunch of butterflies, that is on the hill. And then if you continue straight on the strip here, that is going to take you towards the Shepherd of the Hills Adventure Park, as well as Silver Dollar City. And there we go. That'll do it for our time driving the strip here in Branson. I love Branson. If you got any recommendations for things to do in Branson, food, shows, hotels, put them in the comment section below. Help somebody else out. And thank you very much for watching.